So what do you think is the coolest feature of the new iPad? And is it called the iPad 3? Did they confirm that name?
They didn't confirm the name.
Because they kept saying not to
iPad.
call it that. We heard it was going to be the iPad HD,
Exactly.
and now...
There's no official name that I've seen yet before I joined you, but I think it's just a better package. It's still, you know, an amazing tablet. It's miles ahead of competitors. There isn't a competitor to even the iPad 2. So Apple's introducing the next iPad, which is obviously better than the iPad 2. So, you know, they're basically... you know, 2 steps ahead of their competitors.
Will it be available on other platforms besides AT&T and Verizon?
You know, they didn't announce that. I don't believe so in the U.S. Internationally, it's available on a multitude of carriers, and they also have the Wi-Fi version as well. So if you don't want to sign up for a data plan, you can simply just get the Wi-Fi one and use it at, you know, coffee shops and stuff like that.
Okay, and now what's with this streamlined new interface for Apple TV? What are they doing with Apple TV that's making it so much better?
Well, they've made it easier. There are things that are app-like now, so it's a lot easier to navigate. There's 1080p content, so you can see full HD movies.
Well, you know what? Why don't we start here? Because a lot of Apple TV is one of those rare Apple products that actually didn't completely blow up. So why don't you start by just sort of explaining what Apple TV is and what it does?
Yeah, sure. It's a $99 little black box that you simply just plug into your TV, and it basically gives you access to all of Apple's, you know, iTunes stores. So music, movies, all your photos, videos, things like that, all, you know, delivered right to your box. So, you know, it hasn't blown up, but it's still really big for them. It's a hobby. They've sold millions and millions of them. So, you know, it's a good product.
And so it basically has come up with just a sort of more efficient way to cruise through all those things, higher quality movies.
You lean back on the couch, you want to just play something, it's a lot easier for you to do that. There's something called Photo Stream, which is pretty cool. So if you have an iPhone and you're out taking photos of things, it'll instantly appear on your Apple TV without you syncing or doing anything. So it's about like helping you enjoy more of your content without doing more. And this is a precursor to probably their actual TV that's going to come out in a year or, you know, something like that. So you'll start to see elements of this, I think, into their bigger product.
And now, what does everybody do with their iPad 2? Because, you know, anybody who has one is going to want the iPad 3 now.
Yeah, you know, they're actually worth quite a bit. It depends on the model, but you could always dump it on eBay or Craigslist or something like that.
I just got clarification that there is no name. No name. They're just showing off the software. They haven't named it yet. We're going to have to wait in suspense there. But you're saying people can still make a buck off of their iPad too if they do want to trade it in?
Absolutely, and the new iPad launches at the same prices. So $499 starts at, goes all the way up to $829 for the 4G, you know, large 64 gigabyte unit. So same pricing, same battery life, basically same shape, but everything else is improved.
And what have you heard about these rumors about the mini iPad that may be coming out?
You know, I don't know. I mean, there's talk of a 7-inch one, which is basically in between, let's say, an iPhone and a full-blown iPad. But, you know, I'm probably not a fan of that size, and I'm not sure that Apple's actually ever going to do that. But
you don't think so?
I think it blurs the line too much, personally.
Now, why aren't you a fan of the size? Now, which I think is interesting because Steve Jobs, I remember he used to say at least that the reason the iPad was the size that it was because that's the size of screen you need to make apps that really work well and are good visually. Yeah. So maybe you're in line with Steve Jobs.
Yeah, well, I mean, his famous quote on that was basically like, you know, if you're going to have a 7-inch tablet, you need to ship sandpaper with it so you can sand their, you know, finger down to actually hit things on the screen. So it's about an experience thing, I think, for them. You know, they have also before publicly, you know, bashed something and then turned around a 180 and did it. So, you know, video on an iPod. You know, Steve Jobs famously said, why the hell would anyone want to watch video on their iPod? And then they come out with this, you know, iPod that plays video. So, you know, there are cases like this, but for now, I don't see them doing that.
Okay, last question. What's your favorite feature so far of what they've announced for the new iPad?
I'd probably have to say the screen, for me. Just reading, it's very print-like. It's like a piece of paper, you know? I think the quality is really going to be a big selling point of the
device. Is it going to have sort of the same glossy finish, or is it going to look more like a Kindle or a Nook does?
It'll be glossy, but it'll look really print-like, which is really amazing.
Okay. Jonathan Geller, BGR.com, the Boy Genius Report. Check him out on Twitter and, of course, on the website itself. Thanks a lot, Jonathan.
Thank you.
And that's all we have for you today. Who's up next? Nobody's up next. I'm the last thing you get to see this Wednesday. I hope that's okay. We'll see you tomorrow, though.